Day 14 of the war has painted a picture of Ukraine being left bruised and battered because relentless Russian attacks have been reported in many parts of Ukraine. Capital Kyiv is under siege as Russian soldiers are inching closer to the top target. Efforts are being made to evacuate suburban areas of Kyiv as well. Heavy shelling continues to rock the Ukrainian skies. In Kyiv suburb of Irpin, which is a city on the outskirts of the capital, a bridge has been completely damaged. People have no option but to try and make their way through the remains of that bridge to get out of the town. Women, children and elderly are being rushed first to safe spots. Many men have decided to stay back to fight shoulder to shoulder with their military and stop Russia. Besides that, the city of Sumy, which is in the northeast part of Ukraine, is left in shambles. Ukraine claims that Russian bombardment has claimed 21 lives, including that of 2 children in Sumy. Ukraine has been time and again saying that Russians are targeting residential areas now. People in Kherson, meanwhile, gathered to protest against Russian invasion. Hundreds of citizens hit the streets against Russian aggression. Kherson, remember, has been taken over already by Russia. Russia, meanwhile, has announced another humanitarian ceasefire for Wednesday morning. Now, Russia is putting all of its focus on one city, on the capital of Kyiv, and Russia is planning a mega assault on Kyiv. Alarm bells have been sounded by Ukraine, by the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, who revealed that Russian troops, combat troops, have regrouped to organize an all-out and one final assault on Kyiv. The heart of Ukraine, the citadel of Ukraine, is gearing up for a mammoth assault. There's a huge Russian convoy slowly making its way to the city of Kyiv. And the Ukraine army has sounded its biggest warning yet to citizens. A top Ukrainian army general has said that Russia's combat-ready units are now regrouping on the outskirts of Kyiv for an assault like no other.
Kyiv is bracing for it. Kyiv has been bracing for it, but now it's imminent. Now it's likely to happen any time is what we are being told as soon as this ceasefire lapses, because this ceasefire is only perhaps the last chance for foreigners to leave this place, for non-combatants to leave this place. And that is why Russia unilaterally has announced 2 ceasefires in 48 hours.
The warning has got Ukrainians living in the capital rattled. The reality that this huge Russian convoy could very soon be seen rolling through the streets of Kyiv.
We got a bad news from Irpin that around 30% of the city is still under the control of Russian troops. And the bad news is that the army of Kadyrov, they're just getting into the houses of people. They are taking their money. They are behave themselves as a looters, as a crazy looters, because they are with the guns. People without heat, energy, without food. It's very hard for them, and the Kadyrov army takes the last that they can take from these people.
Russian troops are now focusing all their energy on capturing Kyiv. Their aggression doubled after this video from Ukraine President Zelensky confirming that he's indeed camping in the capital currently.
Ось вечірній Київ. Понеділок, вечір. Ви знаєте, ми звикли говорити понеділок день важкий. В країні війна, тож кожен день понеділок. Я залишаюсь тут, залишаюсь у Києві, на Банковій, не ховаючись і нікого не боюсь, стільки, скільки потрібно, щоб перемогти у цій нашій вітчизняній війні.
Russian troops, meanwhile, are bombarding cities bordering Kyiv. This is the situation in cities like Irpin, where civilians are fleeing in large numbers. And people can be seen struggling to cross a decimated and broken bridge. Russia is moving closer and closer to Kyiv. But Ukrainians are vowing to fight back with all they've got.
13 days that were there since the beginning of war. We were able to regroup. We were able to prepare. Our forces are stronger than ever. Our resistance groups are ready to fight. We are ready for a siege if it happens. And the only thing that we do really need right now is the protection from the air.
The final assault will no doubt be a bloody and deadly one on the capital of Kyiv, as Russia will look to end the invasion by capturing the citadel. Ukraine, however, has made it clear they will ensure it's no walkover for Putin's army. Bureau Report, India Today. As we continue getting you all the updates on the Ukraine war, one aspect that everyone's talking about is the resistance that Ukraine has put up, something that was unexpected perhaps. Russia from the first day had impressed upon the Ukrainian troops to lay down their arms. Putin even earlier, a few days ago, had urged them to surrender. That clearly hasn't happened. From using their home ground advantage to also an all-out information warfare, we decode 5 ways how Ukraine has actually slowed Russia's advance in their country.
When Russia invaded Ukraine on 22nd February, many felt it would be only a matter of days before the mighty Russian military got the better of the Ukrainian forces. A fortnight later, the end game remains unclear. Ukraine has put up a resistance that was least expected by Russia, especially with civilians voluntarily joining the war to resist the Russian might. With the fall of Kherson, Russian forces were expected to take control of other key cities like Kyiv and Kharkiv. The nature of fight back indicates a detailed battle plan at play. Ukrainian forces have been preparing and readying for a Russian invasion since 2014, when Crimea was annexed. The country's entire military is in tune to fight Russia, as they don't have any threats from its other neighbors like Poland, Hungary, Slovakia or Romania. Putin's soldiers have been surprised by ground tactics of Ukraine troops, including anti-tank weaponry and sniper fire. Russia is also on the back foot in urban warfare because its air force was pressed into action late after the initial bombardment by cruise missiles on February 24th. Lastly, Ukraine might have an inferior military, but it is winning the information battle. They have successfully convinced the world that Russia is the only aggressor and villain in this war. Ukraine claims it has so far killed 11,000 Russian troops and shot down 46 aircraft, 68 helicopters. While these claims might not be accurate, images of damage suffered by Russian forces that have emerged point to a fierce fight in the place of what was expected to be a lopsided war. With Rajesh Pawar in Kyiv, Ukraine, and Abhishek Bhalla, Bureau Report, India Today.